You guys think that fixed my OBS recording quality would look good on my resume? Many people going into Monster Hunter Wild's first update were thinking the monster they chose to add, Mizutsune, was a weird choice. Everyone loves Mizu, don't get me wrong, but with how easy Wilds is, why add another low to mid-tier difficulty monster? How is this bubble-blowing bozo gonna be any challenge? Capcom made it so that hitting Mizu's head enough gouges out his eyeball, and the empty socket starts spewing blue fire. His bubbles imbue themselves with flame and explode, and every other move he's got hits like the third shot of LeBron James Hennessy. So with that in mind, how hard do you think they made the final boss, Zoshia, who had a major retooling in this update as well? Well, I, a very wise fellow, despite not having learned the fight at all, because the first Zoshia fight ended in like 2 seconds, figured it would be a breeze. In fact, let's use a weapon I'm not so comfortable with, to add some difficulty, make it actually spicy. Oh yes, hammer! Hammer will do nicely. And after like 8 attempts and 3 hours, I managed to beat Zoshia in a whopping 37 minutes. 37! I was dumbfounded. I immediately ran it back with my trusty swacks, and it still ends up taking roughly 20 minutes, but much, much more reasonable from what I'm expecting to see. Am I that cooked? Or did they buff this Ava wannabe out the wazoo? The answer is both. I was definitely playing poorly, but the health pool of Zoshia is dramatically higher than any other monster. For comparison, the Switch X speedrun time of the flagship monster, Arkveld, ranges from 1.5 minutes to 2.5 minutes. The Swax world record for Zoshia is currently 5 minutes and 47 seconds. What a jump! I don't know any of this at the time though, so I just think I'm playing as badly as XQC did in Cut the Rope. So I set myself a goal. I am going to get a sub 10-minute time so that I can have that glorious single-digit time and soothe the fragments of my ego. And you know what? I'll do it with hammer, just a flex. I don't know how to transition here, so I'm creating a straw man to respond to. You said that you were speedrunning with the worst weapon. Why do you think hammer is the worst? Thank you, straw man. I'm so glad. You're the best. Number one, the developers in a direct letter exclusively called out hammer as the weapon they're looking into buffing. Number two, these are the speedrun records for every weapon against Arkveld, and you'll notice hammer is second from last, only beating the hunting horn, which is a support weapon. Number three is blocking. This was touched on briefly in the Mizutsune video. The blocking is busted. You prevent all damage and all status buildup, which even a counter doesn't do. And you don't have to worry about your positioning nearly as much, because you just look at the thing and hit block when it's like you use a shield. It's not super intuitive, you know. It's not rocket science. 6 weapons have a block in their toolset. 2 have counters, and 2 have perfect dodges. A great googly moogly, look at who was left out! Hammer does have an offset attack, but rather than the easy access like the Swax or the incredible follow-ups of great, stupid, dumb idea, you must either use 2 different attacks before you get access to your offset, or spin around in a circle 4 times. Who thought that this was gonna be viable? So it becomes really satisfying once you get used to it, but man, is it unintuitive. Like, you gotta get comfy. Take a load off before you even think about doing this stuff. It also has a smidge of hyper armor, which is how I was able to do that earlier, and that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. And if I still haven't convinced you that hammer is the worst weapon, I put the weakest tier 1 hammer in my second weapon slot so that I'm still technically correct. The best kind of correct. I also couldn't decide between the Beyblade outfit or the octopus one for my cat. Hang on a second. And we're off. Alright, this intro is gonna go by pretty quick. I gotta sum up a lot of stuff. I'm about to put on my Corrupted Mantle, which gives me a boost at the start of the fight, and I'm also gonna grab some Dragon Pods, which are gonna be very useful later. Also, I'm going to attack Zoshia near the left of its tail, so that when it does its roar, it has to do a little turnaround before it's able to get it off, which will give me enough time to dodge the roar, while still getting this big charge attack off. And you see I'm able to dodge the roar, go for another attack. I end up missing the second attack, but it's not that big a deal, because I'm able to land this one and land this one, which is the wound attack, which puts me in a great spot to charge up again, hit him with another attack, and get him into stun. Then I can roll and go for the Big Bang combo. It has a long windup, so you usually want to use that move when you know a monster's about to get into range of it and like position around it. Now you'll see there that separate damage boom of 991. Now that damage boom is always 2% of Zoshia's maximum HP. And because of how this chart works out, essentially that is a high roll on health, which means I got unlucky and Zoshia has an extra so-and-so HP. I don't know the details, but it's on the chart. So I go for this roar here, this roll dodge here, in order to set up this offset attack, which goes through the attack of the fire, proccing Counter-Strike, which gives me that extra damage boost. That fireball there doesn't always hit you. I was a little too forward, which is why it hit me, but it's not too big a deal. Then I want to stow my weapon when this attack happens and roll through, because it allows me to shoot at one of the pods, or the crystals. And we're gonna see that he goes for this attack, and I'm able to counter through it with the hyper armor again. Very proud of that. I fuck up the charge attack, but that's fine. But I'm able to get that sick offset there. That's not a scripted one at all. There's a different one that's kind of scripted. That's not scripted. That was raw. I'm proud of that. So I end up targeting the wrong arm here, which means I'm not gonna get a chance at that second damage proc. How it works is, you see how there's energy in Zoshia's arm up there? That means that it still has a proc to go. Now I'm able to get on that arm because I get a lucky wound break at the sort of time that would allow it to give a full knockdown. Able to dodge another roar, and now, because I see Zoshia's face gets covered in its armor, I know that this scripted attack is happening. I'm able to stow my weapon, sharpen my weapon, get on the ground, all good. And now what I want to do is use those dragon pods I picked up earlier, get that one, which does a lot of damage. This one's just so I can stand somewhere. And then I want to shoot the one behind. I hit him the first try, get him the second try, and then I grab more dragon pods for the next time that I'm going to need them. Sometimes that attack will cause a wound to be on Zoshia. It doesn't, but that means I know a wound is close, so I go for a couple more attacks, I get that wound, I hit it, I punch it, I kick it. That's what you do to the wounds. And now we open free reign. That whole first part of the fight, I've got down pat. I've got that locked in. The rest of this, I haven't learned it at all. I'm just like, I'm sure I'll be fine. I'll just do good enough in the first half. Editor interjecting here. The editor is me. Big shock. What you're hearing right now is not what I was hearing at all. This is just the normal game audio, but I had this turned really low. What I was actually listening to is this. Or it was Michael Jackson, but I can't really play that, so... And now we go into another scripted attack. How this attack works is it's the same as the earlier attack, but without as much as of a wind-up, essentially. So you're having to get right behind him, which is the only safe spot. And you're still able to hit the tail with hammer, barely. So I go ahead and do that. And I go for the Mighty Charge. And here I actually get the quick charge-up release I don't know how to explain that. Essentially, there's like a frame or two window where you can let go of that charge attack and it comes out way sooner. I don't know why. At this point, I noticed Zoshia pretty close to that rock, so I go ahead and drop that. That's going to give me another free knockdown. There's one more rock, and I need to get Zoshia in a place to be under that rock at some point later in the fight, usually in phase 3. And now I'm just scared shitless because whenever Zoshia attacks the cat, things get really hard to predict. If the Zoshia is facing you, I know exactly where he's going, what he's doing. If he's facing the cat, anything could happen, man. It feels awful. And here, I'm just like, dude, shut the fuck up, go to phase 3, and somehow that works. I honestly don't know why I did that, but it really did work. Now in phase 3, these are wind gusts that are pushing you back. If you don't do the dive through them, you're not going to have enough iframes to get through them. And now I'm able to use those dragon pods to set off a bunch of the crystals. This pisses me off still. I hit this crystal once, twice, 3 times with dragon pods. Doesn't do anything. I don't know what, it messes up my full mojo. I'm completely in shambles. Don't unfortunately get a proc of the wound blast or whatever, I don't know what it's called. But get another of these attack, which means I would like to have some pods to trigger the explosion. And because I end up having to grab more, I'm not able to dodge it. Thanks, dragon pods from earlier, but whatever, it's fine. This is not a huge deal. I'm able to recover for sure. Get hit with my own pod there, but because it's not the dragon one, it's not a big deal. Dragon pods reduce your overall damage. It gets rid of your element, which is pretty important. Not even though you're hammer, it's still pretty important because Zoshia is pretty weak to dragon. And now I'm seeing this big fire blast, and if I had the dragon pods, they actually stun Zoshia out of the move he's currently doing, and that would make it way easier to bait him over to this rock. Unfortunately, I only have the thunder one, so I'm just opting to sharpen, make sure I don't have to ever deal with my weapon going to blue. But he ends up getting close enough, I drop the stone, and we're able to get another combo off. If you're this far into the video, you probably enjoy it, or you left it on, I guess. And this is a very small YouTube channel, so if you don't like the video, subscribe, comment, you're not gonna see me again. YouTube won't show me you. I'm gone. I'm gone, and that's a dishonor to you. This plug is for your sake, actually. So hit the button so that you can find me in the weeds of YouTube. I try and go for a hyper armor there, but there's a thunder strike I don't see coming. So I survived that charge, which was pretty greedy by me. I'm able to heal up. And then Zoshia goes for the big attack, which I always have a pretty safe full charge there. I think there's a wound on Zoshia's head. There's no wound, it's just the fire. It's red, I get confused, leave me alone. Now I'm trying to go for this offset hyper attack, and I'm a little bit too early, so I get hit by it. He goes for this move. I'm out of pods. I can't punish it properly. It's really frustrating. I look around for any. There's some, but again, it's just the thunder pods, and it's really not going to do me all that much help. I go for a big bang combo here. I think I just know that, hey, so much has gone wrong. I need to get something right. And right here, I try and get greedy and go through the attack to hit that wound, but I end up just getting hit instead. So now I'm checking my timer. I'm thinking, oh God, how close am I? Because I know I've been playing pretty well, but I've been floundering later on, and we check and see 30 seconds left. You start this fight with 50 minutes to complete it. And we're now at 40 minutes and 30 seconds, which means there's just 30 seconds. So I'm just going for the quickest attack I can land. Unfortunately, I forget about mounting attack, so I'm like, oh fuck, oh god, I mounted this monster. I don't know how to do his mounting attacks at all, especially with hammer. I've basically never done this before. I use the knife to proc the wound, I go for the wound attack, and now I'm scripted. I'm staring at the counter, 2 seconds, 1 second, and I lose with 1 second. Too much. Exactly 10 minutes. This fight took exactly 10 minutes. I can't put into words how mad I was right here. I'm flabbergasted. I really tried to just end it all, but all I end up doing is proccing Counter-Strike again. God damn it. And I'm really close to just Alt F4ing here, honestly. I don't even carve the monster. I'm really close to Alt F4ing. But thank God I didn't. Because we're 1 second off, not even fucking close. Holy shit, what do you mean? It just goes to show how much you have to do to get anything done with this weapon. I actually end up speedrunning some more, and I get a time of, I believe, 8 minutes, 34 seconds, so getting pretty up there. World record's only a minute and a half away, and, you know, hey, 50 likes on the video. Might have to go after something like that, you know? Set a little goal there. No promises. I don't know how hard that would actually be. 8 minutes 34 took a lot out of me. But no, the videos have been doing well. Just want to give something quality to follow it up. Thanks for watching. Give me a job, please.